Want to know how to make him fall for you without even trying? I am going to give you 10 powerful psychological tricks that look into his deepest desires and emotions. Techniques so subtle and effective that no man can resist. Whether it's sparking his imagination with just a whisper or creating irresistible anticipation, these methods are designed to make him crave you like never before. Let's get straight to the secrets that will leave him utterly captivated. 1. The whisper technique. Next time you're close to him, lean in and whisper something in his ear. It doesn't have to be anything particularly sexy. Even a mundane comment will do. The key is the closeness, the feeling of your breath on his ear, the intimacy of the moment. This creates an instant bubble of intimacy between you two. Even in a crowded room, it triggers his imagination, making him wonder what other secrets you might share in private. Plus, the slight physical contact as you lean in sends shivers down his spine, leaving him craving more. The power of this technique lies in its versatility and subtlety. You can use it in various settings, at a party, in a restaurant, or even while walking side by side. The content of your whisper can range from a simple observation about your surroundings to an inside joke only the two of you share. The act of whispering naturally makes him lean in closer to hear you, creating a physical closeness that mirrors emotional intimacy. It's a way of saying, "This is just between us," without actually saying it. 2. The accidental glimpse. When you're getting ready for a date, accidentally let him catch a glimpse of you in a state of undress. Maybe you're just finishing up when he arrives and you answer the door in your robe, or you forgot he was coming over early and he catches you in your lingerie. This tantalizing peek activates his visual cortex, flooding his brain with desire. It's like giving him a trailer to a movie he's dying to see. He'll spend the rest of the date imagining what's underneath, building anticipation and attraction. The key to pulling this off successfully is in the details. It should seem genuinely accidental. Any hint of staging will ruin the effect. Perhaps you're wearing a silky robe that slips off one shoulder as you reach for something, or you're in the middle of changing when you hear his unexpected knock. The glimpse should be brief, leaving him wanting more. It's not about putting on a show, but rather giving him just enough to spark his imagination. 3. The scent of seduction. Our sense of smell is powerfully linked to memory and emotion. Choose a signature scent and wear it consistently when you're with him. But here's the trick. Occasionally leave something with your scent on it at his place. A scarf, a hair tie, anything. When he catches that scent later, it'll trigger memories of you, making him think of you even when you're not around. It's like planting little reminders of your presence in his subconscious. The science behind this is fascinating. Scent memories are processed by the same part of the brain that handles emotions and memories, which is why a particular fragrance can instantly transport you back to a specific moment or feeling. By consistently wearing the same scent around him, you're creating a strong neurological association between that aroma and the positive emotions he feels in your presence. When he encounters that scent unexpectedly, on the item you forgot at his place, it triggers those same warm, attraction-filled emotions. 4. The selective attention hack. When you're in a group, pay extra attention to him, but in a subtle way. Laugh a little louder at his jokes, lean in when he speaks, make eye contact a beat longer than with others. Then, occasionally, withdraw that attention entirely. This creates a hot and cold dynamic that keeps him on his toes. He'll find himself working to regain your focus, subconsciously seeking your approval and attention. The psychology behind this technique is rooted in the concept of intermittent reinforcement. In psychology, this refers to a pattern of rewards that's inconsistent and unpredictable. Surprisingly, this irregular pattern of the positive reinforcement, in this case, your attention, is actually more effective at shaping behavior than consistent rewards. It creates a sense of excitement and uncertainty that keeps him engaged and interested. 5. The forbidden fruit fantasy. Humans desire what they can't have. Create situations where you're off limits. Maybe you work together, or you're his best friend's roommate. Then flirt subtly, creating tension without crossing lines. This ignites his chase instinct. He'll start to fantasize about the forbidden, making you the ultimate temptation in his mind. The allure of the forbidden has been a powerful force throughout human history, from ancient myths to modern romance novels. There's something irresistibly exciting about wanting something that's just out of reach. By positioning yourself as somewhat unattainable, you tap into this deep-seated psychological trigger. It's not about being cruel or playing games, but rather about creating a tantalizing scenario where the tension builds naturally. 6. The competence turn on. Men are hardwired to be attracted to competence. Show off a skill he doesn't expect. Fix something, speak another language, or demonstrate expertise in an area he's interested in. This surprise display of competence challenges his perceptions and triggers attraction. He'll start to see you as mysterious and multifaceted, wanting to uncover more of your hidden talents. This attraction to competence is deeply rooted in evolutionary psychology. Historically, competence in various skills meant better survival chances, making it an attractive trait in a potential partner. In modern times, this translates to a general admiration for capability and skill. When you demonstrate unexpected abilities, you're not just impressing him, you're activating a primal attraction trigger. 7. The physical barrier break. Humans have invisible bubbles of personal space. Occasionally and seemingly accidentally, break into his. Reach across him to grab something, letting your arm brush against his chest. Or sit close enough that your thighs touch when you laugh. These brief invasions of his personal space create jolts of excitement and intimacy. He'll find himself looking forward to these accidental touches, craving more physical connection. This technique works on both a psychological and physiological level. Psychologically, allowing someone into your personal space signals trust and intimacy. Physiologically, physical touch, even brief and casual, triggers the release of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. This chemical cocktail creates feelings of connection and attraction, strengthening the bond between you. The art of this technique lies in its apparent innocence. These touches should seem natural and unplanned, a product of circumstance rather than intention. Perhaps you're in a crowded space and have to squeeze past him, your bodies briefly pressing together. Or you're looking at something on his phone, your heads close together, your hair lightly brushing his cheek. The key is to make these moments brief and accidental, then return to your normal distance. This creates a push-pull dynamic that leaves him wanting more. Over time, he'll subconsciously associate your presence with these pleasant little jolts of excitement, making him increasingly drawn to you. 8. The Vulnerability Vortex. Share something personal with him, something you don't usually tell people. This could be a childhood fear, a secret ambition, or a quirky habit. Then, ask him to share something similar. This mutual vulnerability creates a deep emotional bond. He'll feel special that you opened up to him, and the act of sharing in return will make him feel even more connected to you. The power of vulnerability in creating connection is well documented in psychological research. When we share personal information, it creates a sense of intimacy and trust. By going first and sharing something personal, you're not only showing trust in him, but also implicitly inviting him to reciprocate. This reciprocal sharing creates a feedback loop of increasing closeness and understanding. 9. The delayed gratification dance. In a world of instant messaging and constant contact, be the one who makes him wait. Just a little. Take an extra beat before responding to texts. Be slightly less available for dates. When you do connect, make it amazing, then pull back again. This creates a pattern of anticipation and reward in his brain. Much like the addictive loop of a slot machine, he'll find himself constantly looking forward to your next interaction. This technique taps into the psychological principle of intermittent reinforcement, which has been shown to create the strongest and most persistent behavioral responses. By varying the timing and availability of your attention, you create an element of unpredictability that keeps him engaged and interested. It's not about playing games or being deliberately difficult, but about maintaining a sense of individuality and creating space for anticipation to build. The key to making this work is balance. You don't want to be so unavailable that he loses interest or feels neglected. Instead, aim for a rhythm of connection and space. When you do connect, be fully present and engaged. Make those interactions memorable and enjoyable. Then, let there be a natural lull before the next connection. 10. The sensory overload strategy. Engage all his senses when you're together. Wear textures he'll want to touch. Feed him something delicious with your fingers. Play music that sets the mood. Let him catch that signature scent. And of course, be a vision to behold. By stimulating all his senses, you create a fully immersive experience of attraction. He'll associate being around you with a complete sensory pleasure overload, making your presence intoxicating. This technique works by creating a rich, multisensory experience that becomes deeply encoded in his memory. Our brains are wired to remember experiences that engage multiple senses more vividly than those that don't. By consciously appealing to all 5 senses, you're essentially creating a full-bodied memory of you that will linger long after the moment has passed. Remember, ladies, these aren't just tricks. They're keys to unlocking genuine attraction and connection. Use them wisely, and always in conjunction with open communication and respect. After all, the ultimate goal isn't just to make him fall for you, but to create a deep, lasting bond that fulfills you both. If you've made it this far, you're now armed with some seriously powerful attraction strategies. Let us know in the comments which one you're most excited to try. And don't forget to check out our next video on keeping the spark alive once you've caught his attention. Thanks for watching, and go get him, girl.